You know, something I think a lot of people quietly struggle with, but almost nobody talks about honestly, is the fear of becoming average. I don't mean average in money or fame or being popular. I mean waking up one day feeling like you stopped becoming the person you once dreamed about. I think when we're younger, we imagine life differently. You imagine yourself doing something important, building something meaningful, feeling confident, feeling fulfilled, feeling alive. You think someday you'll finally become the version of yourself you pictured in your head. And then life starts happening. Bills happen, responsibilities happen, stress happens, fear happens, disappointment happens. Slowly, without realizing it, people stop chasing growth and start chasing comfort. Not because they're lazy, because life can wear people down. So you get tired, you get busy, you start surviving instead of building. One of the scariest things adulthood teaches people is how easy it is to accidentally live on autopilot. Wake up, go to work, come home exhausted. Repeat the same week over week. Months start to blend together. Then years start blending together. And deep down, a lot of people start feeling quiet sadness they can't even fully explain, right? Because part of them remembers who they used to want to become. So I think a lot of adults carry silent disappointment. Not because they failed completely, because they stopped believing they could still grow. And honestly, I wish somebody explained this to me earlier. You see, your life can slowly shrink if you stop challenging yourself. Fear makes people smaller over time, not immediately, but gradually. You stop taking risks. You stop learning new things. You stop putting yourself out there. You stop trying because failing feels embarrassing. And eventually, people build their entire lives around avoiding discomfort. See, but the strange thing is, comfort doesn't always create peace. Sometimes comfort creates regret. Because humans were meant to grow, to learn, to evolve, to create, to experience life. And if my kids ever watch this someday, I want them to understand something really important. Please don't spend your whole life trying to stay comfortable. Try things, create things, learn things, travel if you can, talk to people, develop skills, take chances on yourself. Because confidence doesn't magically appear one morning. Confidence is built through surviving uncomfortable moments. I think that's why so many people admire successful people, but misunderstand what actually created them. Most successful people were scared too. They just kept moving anyway. And honestly, social media makes this even harder now because people constantly see everybody else's highlight reel. Everybody looks ahead of them. Everybody looks successful. Everybody looks confident. Everybody looks attractive, right? Everybody looks like they have it all figured out. But what people don't see are the years of uncertainty underneath those moments. The rejection, the failure, the insecurity, the self-doubt. The nights people wanted to quit, and if you compare your life to everybody else's best moments, you'll always feel behind. That's why I'd want my kids to understand this early. Stop measuring your worth by how you compare to somebody else. Somebody will always make more money. Somebody will always look better. Somebody will always seem more successful online, but none of them determines your value as a human being. What matters is whether you're growing. What matters is whether you're becoming wiser, kinder, stronger, more disciplined, more present, more loving, and more capable. Because eventually you realize life isn't really a competition with everybody else. It's a battle against the version of yourself that wants to quit growing. And trust me, life moves fast. Faster than people realize. One minute you're a teenager thinking 30 sounds old, right? Then suddenly you're sitting in your car one day wondering where the last 10 years went. That's why I think people need to stop waiting for motivation to magically save them. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline changes lives. Consistency changes lives. Small habits repeated for years change lives. Reading a little every day, working out consistently, learning skills, spending time with your family, saving money, taking care of your health, that all changes lives. And the scary thing is, small bad habits changes lives too. Wasting years scrolling changes lives. Constant negativity, avoiding responsibility, always procrastinating, they all change lives as well. Everything compounds over time. That's one of the biggest lessons adulthood teaches people. The little things become the big things eventually. And honestly, I think one of the most overlooked feelings in life is realizing too late how much power you actually had to change your future earlier. Realizing you spent years doubting yourself when you could have been building yourself. Realizing fear stole time from you because fear has a way of convincing people they have forever. But none of us really know how much time we actually get. That's why if somebody younger is watching this, please hear me carefully. Don't wait until life forces you to grow. Start becoming the person you want to be right now. Learn now, build now, take care of your health now. Develop discipline now, protect your peace now. Spend time with your family now, because eventually you'll realize the quality of your life mostly comes from the small things you consistently did when nobody was watching. And if my kids ever watch this years from now, I hope they understand that becoming a good person matters more than looking important. I hope they understand that real strength is consistency, not ego. I hope they understand life is less about impressing strangers and more about becoming somebody the people you love depend on. Because eventually, popularity fades, attention fades, trends fade, even looks fade over time, but character stays with you. The way you treated people stays with you. The way you showed up for your family stays with you. And honestly, I think that matters more than almost anything else in life.